the journey of our spirit. Standing metaphysically between God and the world is Jesus Christ, our high priest. You are pledged to God that the world will not sink back into chaos, pledged to man that God will always maintain interest in his creation, the herald of peace from God to man. This priest king is brought into connection with Abraham. It is said he will have no successor in eternity. For all will have been accomplished, all sin disappears, the wicked cease doing evil. You open the gate to paradise, remove the sword of the cherubim, which threatened Adam, and give the saints to eat of the tree of life. Man shall have been reconciled to God in the ethical sphere by simply separating the good from the evil. Yet the fall of man occurred in the material sphere, and our rescue also. Your redemptive work was accomplished here among us, alive, breathing, thinking, talking, eating, walking. We may have thought it to be done in a remote sphere, invisibly without absence from your exalted state, without humiliation. On earth, the Messiah's glory was veiled by your lowliness in heaven. In heaven it is withdrawn from sight through your exaltation. How is it that our human identity came to be and when? Melchizedek, a man, is said to be without beginning or ending of years. Without heresy, it may yet be supposed the Messiah, who was begotten, came into his humanity, was begotten out of Abraham's seed. Thus were sin, atonement, and resurrection also in the depths of eternity. Jesus said, I am the resurrection. It is of his very being. All your works were finished from the foundation of the world. You are in your rest from the seventh day, in repose, in blessedness, in ceasing from works. Are we saying that everything that is has already happened? Yes, that is so. In the same unexplainable manner that your will and ours operate simultaneously, so do all the active and previously accomplished events, even ideas, even emotions, run in unity of God and man. The unity for which Christ prayed is effected and accomplished. We are manifesting it in the rolling out of time and space. A cautionary tale, our human personal responsibility is yet fully operative. In terms of our redemption, the high priest is one who leads others unto salvation, by himself treading the path of salvation before. The one who first entered into life for his own person now dispenses life into others. This refutes all argument concerning election and predestination to salvation. Some were known with hesed, love in eternity. Some were not. Each lives fully the pre-life, life, and death and afterlife that is set before him. Some segments of Christian thought declare an emphasis upon the thought that the Son's proper qualification was to be a man. On the contrary, all the emphasis is thrown upon the thought that the Son's unique greatness, your difference from and exaltation above man, constitutes your chief qualification for revealing to us our salvation. This revelation comes through your spirit in the regeneration, rebirth of our spirit. Confusion arises as to the suitability of the believer, the timing, place, and emotional content or lack of it. Yes, salvation is freely given and must be received, yet the reception is absolutely passive, as much or more so as to our birth to human life. We have nothing to do with it but to bloom into its life. Life in Eden was a covenant of works bestowed to Adam. The organization of the covenant of grace, which succeeds but does not replace the covenant of works, inherited through Adam, was changed by you, replacing the priesthood of Aaron with that of Melchizedek, which is the priestly order of the Christ. The law of fleshly descent replaces the law of Levitical descent. We draw nigh unto God by virtue of this better hope. The priest and those whom you serve as priest are all of one, not as designated by Adam or Abraham. It is a spiritual bond of unity. The one of whom all are is God. In eternity, each man, before ever he came to be, was in your heart, mind, will, a child of yours, or otherwise he was completely with you, unknown to you, with loving knowledge. This from the one who has all knowledge of all things. We have with you a common possession of flesh and blood. The gospel tells us, since then the children are sharers in flesh and blood, he also in like manner partook of the same, and similarly on the participation in flesh and blood is built the further assimilation in all things, in all experiences of human life, ours and yours. Both he that sanctifies and they who are sanctified are all of one. And all this through the sufferings of Jesus Christ. Your suffering, like ours, was physical and psychological, greatly affecting our heart and spirit. But it must be seen that the penetration of your spirit is a far, far deeper journey than to ours. Our human lives are so commonly held, ours a mere shadow of yours. Yet it is easy to see that our heavenly spiritual life is the furthest, deepest, highest journey than could ever be imagined. Amen.